Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, can you hear me? Well, it's a pleasure for me to be here, and looking into the audience here, I can see that some of you might have used the booking system yesterday and spent a long time at the restaurant, which is good. Today I'd like to talk about performance and how directory partners can use a booking service to improve their business, focusing on 4 different areas. How you can use an online booking service to convert traffic into incremental revenue. So by adding a booking service to an existing directory, assist the user of your directory to actually get a booking. I'm also going to present ideas on how to improve the user experience, and by having a better user experience, drive additional traffic to your online services. Also discuss a little bit about pay-for-performance listings. As the online business becomes more and more transparent, the listed properties on a directory are going to demand more results and performance-based results, which could be, in our case, a booking. Also mention how existing resources can be used for lead generation, both assisting the companies that are listed in the directories to get more clients, to get more business, but also how to charge partners in building their businesses. To introduce live bookings, we are a fairly young company. I joined in 2006. The company actually started in 2001. We are currently the market leader in our business and the fastest growing company in Europe. We currently have restaurants in about 19 different countries, headquartered in London, offices in Hamburg, Stockholm, Madrid, and Paris. We currently list about 20,000 restaurants, and we just received a reward to be one of the top 25 fastest growing companies in Europe. What we do is a bit complex, but to explain it very simple, we help restaurants to get more guests. So by enabling guests to book a restaurant online, we try to fill up the restaurant with more guests. And the guests get an instant confirmation. The restaurant uses a system that we have implemented, either a fully electronic reservation book, where we have transformed their paper diary into an electronic book, or we help them with an assistant reservation service so they still can use a pen and paper system. For that, the restaurant pays a transaction fee and a recurring monthly fee, which we then share with our partners. Some of our partners are here today, so we use directories to drive more guests to the booking service. So by enabling a directory company or other online properties to use our services, we get better reach. Live Bookings is not the consumer brand. We do not have our own destination site. We only work through partners. So let me ask you a question. How many of you here, and please raise your hand, have booked a hotel or an airline in the last year online? And if I would have asked you that question 10 years ago, how many of you booked an airline or hotel 10 years ago? So the question is then, how many of you have booked the restaurant table online? And please, the ones that are our partners, don't be shy here. So, as you can see, this industry and the restaurant industry moving online is a fairly young and new thing. A lot of the other verticals have already moved. But this is not very complicated. Booking a restaurant online is just as easy as booking a flight or hotel or a concert ticket. The way our service works is that through a partner or through a search engine, the consumer looks for a restaurant. So in this case, I have Gordon Ramsay's Maze, and they've searched for it in Google. They find the restaurant's website, and on the restaurant website, they find a booking tool where they select the date and the time. You enter your personal details, and you get an instant confirmation. And that confirmation is sent to you via email or text message, and it's also shown on the screen. It also allows you to forward this to your friends that you're having dinner or lunch with. The market opportunity for online booking services for restaurants is quite large. It's actually the largest perishable inventory. And with perishable inventory, I mean something that you can book, and when the time has elapsed, if it isn't booked, you lost that revenue. So perishable inventories are hotels, airlines, concert tickets. If the time has passed, you lost that revenue. It's also, if you compare with these other industries, a very IT immature business, very low IT experience. Most of the restaurants are small businesses. They don't have a lot of resources. And that's why, of all the large perishable inventory markets, the restaurant industry is the last to really use and embrace technology. However, a lot of studies shows that consumers want to book online, and consumers are active looking for restaurants online. They're also preferring to book something if it's online. Currently, we have seen that the financial turmoil and the recession is actually helping us to drive more and more restaurants to take a decision to invest in information technology. A lot of restaurants are moving their spending from offline to online as they're trying to cut their fixed costs. The restaurant business is normally driven by three large costs. It's the rent you pay, it's your staff, and it's your food. And it's very difficult for a restaurant to actually change those three. So instead they look at their marketing spend, and they move their offline marketing spend to online. And they're very, very eager to look at new things right now. In total, the restaurant market in Europe for online reservations is about 8 billion euros, based on 200,000 restaurants spending about 3 to 5% of the collective 200 billion they spend on marketing. And of that, about 40% of the business are reservation business. So meaning that of a typical restaurant that are table serving restaurant, taking reservations is 40% of their business. The opportunity is definitely out there, because of that 40%, about 5% today is booked online. So live bookings and the other industry providers in our small vertical niche have just begun their journey. The consumers are already online. I attended the largest restaurant show about 2 weeks ago in Chicago, and Google was one of the speakers at the same conference. They just announced that adults in the US have hit an all-time high. 74% of all the US adults are online. 2 billion searches per day on Google. 15 hours of video is uploaded every single minute. And about 90% of the US adults search for restaurants online. And that means that about 200,000 restaurant searches are done every single hour, 365 days a year. We did a study together with American Express about a year ago, and 62% of, in the markets that we looked at, which was the UK, are searching actively online